hear it again? Okay. All right. Okay, good. It always sounds a little bit uncomfortable, right? So I think you just imagine that it's slower, right? So can you play on your own ones? Okay. Um, it's actually fine. It doesn't sound like you want to play slower. It sounds like you're really thinking about intonation, and you should, because those outer notes, they're tricky. If I was to give you one advice about this, don't lose faith that you can do it. And also keep doing it and practicing until you get it. It might take much longer than you think, but don't give up. Okay, and to make it sound like you comfortable, simply don't forget to shape. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Not just da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Right? So you see, much better. And that vibrato also helps. And in the big picture, even if you end up a little out of tune, if you play it with passion and with the right feeling, they will forgive you. It's okay. It's not at the end of the world. So vibrato and phrasing and sounds already like twice better. sounds quite nice. There is just one issue, like familiar to us, and it's not intonation. That like I sense everywhere. You see section B, right? So we have A, section B. Section B was already going slower. So in general, going slower is a bit dangerous. Why is it going slower? Because it sounds like concerns, low energy, miscalculation. So just kind of the same tempo, more or less. So if you change the tempo, it should be for a good reason. Okay. So it's going to be noticeable if it goes a little slower. It's not the end of the world, but I'm like, why is it going slow? Okay. Then we have section C. I'm talking about rehearsal C. Da 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 da. You know, if orchestra didn't have this, it's keeping the beat for you. You usually tend to stretch around the downbeat, or like the first note in the measure. You stretch da 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 da. I'm telling you, like, if you played solo, that'll be totally fine. It sounds like totally innocent and expressive. But with orchestra, when you do this, it sounds like you've fallen behind and something is wrong. So that's all. Everything else was really, really good. I guess I'll listen to your concert later. I mean, because it's gonna take time, and you will listen, because I meant to hear, to listen to what happened. Okay, let's just go from the beginning again. So I do sense now that you're more comfortable playing everything slower. So it's gonna be okay. Like I'll play slower for you in the competition, but listen. And if you feel like you've fallen behind a little bit, like you took time, make it part of the rubato. So try to catch up. And if you take time in too many places, there might be too much to catch up, and you might not catch up. is that it's a little too slow, just a little bit. It's like ever so slightly, the energy is missing a little bit here. But what you played before D was very good. Everything else was perfect. How you start D is okay, but then it develops a little bit. And here often something is happening in your playing that makes me lose. So I'm not sure what it is. If you hesitate there, it might end up not together. But it's always this measure. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let's go from D. Yeah, so I played those extra notes, like you're actually very close. It's just that you see it's all 16s. Daba 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 daba. So if you slow down a little bit, it's kind of really noticeable. Daba 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 daba. Like the slightest hesitation is very noticeable. So, okay, let's just do it again from rehearsal D. Oh, okay. What do you think?
Like
Yeah.
like this part, Mr.
Hmm.
They said I could like slow down a bit more,
Yeah, sure.
and she said like this part could also be a bit slower.
Sure. Okay. When we play it again, we will look into this. Okay. I actually wanted to tell you, you actually play quite well. You're a good student. You're a good girl. You have like, especially when you're paying attention, like when it's good. But you don't look like you enjoying yourself. So what comes to mind is that when I practice, I'm also very much aware, just like you, of the technical challenges and requirements, and you know the the emotional and aesthetic ones. It's different. So music is here and technique is here. But kind of keep in mind also, like somehow, first of all, if you think backwards, like what did I play? How did it go? If you constantly try to control the previous notes, then you don't have like a space in your mind to think ahead. So you have to think ahead as well. So ahead, what hasn't happened yet. So ahead is like your imagination and it's the perfection because ahead is always perfect. It's the best case scenario. When you think backwards, okay, that note out of tune, that's the no, not quite. Okay. So you need to react also how you want it to sound, especially in performance. Don't react to how it actually sounds. React much more to how you think it's going to sound. Um, and you're slow, and sometimes you slow down and you look at the fingerboard. You need to relax a little bit. You're too responsible about all of this. You play good enough, in my opinion. Can you can you pretend or convince yourself to be a little bit more confident? Don't worry, we like you. We do. We appreciate all your hard work. So I think you being a little bit too tough on yourself. Like I know you many years. So what happens sometimes smart people they overthink. Kind of make sure you don't overthink. I see that you practice. I see that you should be concerned about this and that, but not too much. You need to also act a little bit more. But acting is everything. I mean, whatever you want to act, everything. The human body probably has like thousands of muscles. So whatever. Yeah. Does this all of this ring the bell a little bit? What can you advise her anything? What do you think?
Whatever you just said, I also taught her, sometimes need to be relaxed a little bit and, you know, it's
I feel
not,
like
not,
you
not,
worry too much what others think. Can you can you believe in yourself a little bit more? It's, you're great, you're like amazing. So just, yeah, so everything is okay. You play violin, you practice, you study with good teacher, your mom brings you to rehearsal. Everything is really good. They're gonna like you. There is no reason for them not to like you. You're playing like you worry that what if they don't like me? Okay. it's very good. Everything is very, very good. If not for that, just a little thing. But in the competition, I would have adjusted too. Like I didn't so that you see, that you hear what happened. I'm just looking at the concert. How you do. I'm just curious what happened. You play really well now. Well, that of course, I'm sure you made you nervous. I'm not really hear any problems except for that. This video looks pretty good. Your dress looks pretty good. Okay, so far, like intuitively, what I feel, you're playing like you want to have a really big sound, but I think there is also a need to shape everything. So I don't think you need to worry about your sound. Like at least on this recording, because the microphones were kind of close, sounds like you have a very big sound. You don't need that much sound, and stretching the notes so much. What I would do, I would swap some of the sound for more vibrato, and some of the sound for more shaping. Because if you're loud, you can crescendo. So you have to most of the time be a little bit quieter, so there is a room to crescendo as well, and vibrato. So this is how it sounds. Otherwise, there is no problem. But just stretching the notes without crescendo and vibrato, it doesn't work. It just sounds like you're pushing against the wall. Like it doesn't sound offensive. It just sounds like trying too hard. But otherwise, everything okay. It's okay. Pretty good. Just here and there, small hesitation. Oh, okay, fine. I'll stop because I'm not hearing anything except that mishap at the beginning. At the beginning, I also thought just one more thought that I had by listening to you. Did you ever feel like you attempted to play exactly the same way? Like when you practice, Does it seem to you like there is only one way to phrase correctly?
No.
You can experiment a little bit. I think as you play, you can be a little bit more flexible. So as you play the notes, and some of them, let's say, don't come out the way you expect, you can still make it work. Okay? How old are you now? I keep forgetting, right?
14.
Okay. impossible to play every note into. So very good. It sounds the best I ever heard you. So everything is fine, no problem. Eventually, what you can figure out a little better besides everything I said today, I feel like sometimes when you shape important notes, when violinists, they can shape it so that there is accent at the beginning of the note, so they have an accent. So you're not very good with accents with the bow, but there's nothing to worry about for tomorrow. I'm talking about it's more like in the future. I'll mention this to Tunda so that you can work on a little bit, because your accents, like, they're a little bit not as coordinated as they can be, so you're not getting the most out of your accents. So you know when violinists play loud, the same with piano. Any texture that is loud, people start incorporating accents in the texture. So people don't just play loud; they play loud with accents. It's just somehow how this works, and I'm sure on violin it's the same thing. And you know, doing it now. Okay, I think. Do you want me to let her go early and make it like shorter class?
Sure.
Because she's really good. She doesn't need to do anything else.
Sure.
All you need to do is just believe in yourself. You sound great. Okay, everything is great.